I worked all my life. I paid my taxes in the service. I raised my family. Because things beyond my control put me in a situation where I can't do everything that I would like to do, but I have a very good caregiver. She comes in every week, does my laundry, changes my bed, and does the things that I cannot do. I can't bend over, can't, like somebody said, cut your toenails. It gets to be the point where you kind of feel worthless. But I look forward to her showing up once a week.
The services that I receive help me maintain my life. I can't stand long enough to cook a meal. I can't stand long enough to do my dishes. I can't bend. If everything is, waist high or above, I think I'd be good, but it isn't.
Like I said, I don't know where I would be without this assistance. I have no idea. I don't know if I would be evicted for not having my house clean enough and be out on the street. I don't know if they would try to move me into assisted living. I don't know where I would be.
They would end up being indigent because they wouldn't be able to pay their bills, or they wouldn't be able to go to the doctors, or then even after I take them to the doctors, we kind of debrief afterwards, so I'm sure that they understand what the doctor's saying and everything. They have their meds right, and instead of us being tax-paying citizens, they're going to create a glut in the unemployment, the food stamp lines, the TANF lines. We're going to have to go back on OHP, and so it's going to end up costing the state a heck of a lot more, because the clients will end up in homes of some kind probably, or in hospitals, because they won't, they could fall and break a hip or anything. And then the home care workers themselves are going to be in those lines, unemployment or food stamps or whatever, because they got to keep their bills paid and keep their family going.
If we lost our insurance, health insurance, we wouldn't have any way to go to the doctor. We wouldn't have any way to pay for our medications that we rely on through our health insurance. Also, we wouldn't be able to support our families. Especially for workers, caregivers that are single parents, that don't have the two family income. They only have like the one single family income. That would be quite devastating for those individuals.
It's not like we can just go out and get other jobs. The majority of us are older, like myself, and it's harder to get work, especially when you got fresh kids out of college that have all the experience and all the new technology behind them, And so it's just going to create a huge, huge, huge turnout of people that are going to be in need.
Well, I think if they do reduce the hours for people that have hours less than 80 hours a month, then it's going to be pretty critical for a lot of folks, as well as the clients, and the impact is going to affect the workers also, because a lot of home care workers rely on this job. And also, if they drop below 80 hours a month, then they lose their health care benefits also.
When my hours were cut, I was getting 12 hours a month. Now I'm only getting 6 hours a month, and that's all my housekeeping and my washing. And it's hard for me. I can't go up and I have tried to go up and down the steps. I have about 15 steps to go to my laundry, my washing machine. And I have to throw if I have to do it myself, I have had to do it myself, throw my laundry down, throw it down the steps, and then drag it back up. And sometimes it takes me about a half an hour to come just up the steps.
Because we save the state so much more money than to have them going into nursing homes or adult foster care. There's nothing wrong with those programs, but they're talking about cutting those too, and they already don't have enough workers in there. The client-nurse ratio is already so overburdened. What are they going to do when they have a bunch more people trying to, literally knock down the door to get in because they have nowhere else to go? Then what do we do?
Sometimes I wonder, are we just waiting to die, when we get to aging, or are we going to fight it? And these agencies that work out and keep us in our independence Well, that's where the struggle be. I think there's a lot of victories that go on that none of us can measure, but it just happens.
And I used to pray all the time that when I came back, I would be in a situation that I could help him for all the help he gave me. And God, when I came back, ended up finding a house that was about a block away from him, and I didn't even know it at the time. And pretty soon, there I see him going by the house again, and it's like, all right, And next thing I know, he's asking me if I'll be his caregiver, so I've been with him ever since. And I thank God every day that I help him.